Welcome to the Daily Devo. My name is Jeremy, and today I want to talk about God setting limits on the sea. I know on the surface that sounds like a strange title for a Devo. Well, you and I live in a day and age where we know more than any other generation in history. Just think about it. It's only been a few hundred years since gravity was discovered. Just a few hundred years since the light bulb was invented. Happen to remember when Pluto was a planet? My point is that we have answers for a lot of questions now. And going back to gravity, that theory was developed in the 1600s. It took that long for humanity to ask the question, I wonder why things fall straight down instead of going up or even sideways. God is having a conversation with Job. And in this conversation, he's taking Job back to the creation of the universe to remind him how little he actually knew. Let's check out Job chapter 38, verses 8 and 11. The scripture says, "Who shut up the sea behind doors, when it burst forth from the womb? When I made the clouds its garment and wrapped it in thick darkness? When I fixed limits for it and set its doors and bars in place? When I said, this far you may come and no farther. Here is where your proud waves halt." This is God's way of saying, hey, Job, you don't know anything. I'm the one that set the limits to the sea. I'm the one that created those clouds. Do you know how they just float in the air, Job? It would be good for us to remind ourselves that we don't actually know as much as we think we do. There is a mystery to creation that even in modern times, we just can't seem to figure out. I'm not saying that we shouldn't try. I'm saying that understanding how big, how powerful, and how awesome God is should inspire our devotion and our worship. Our God is the God that spoke the world into existence. He fashioned you and I out of the dust of the earth and breathed his life into us. He turned dirt into an eternal being, and that creator chose us. I don't know why God is mindful of me, but I'm sure grateful that he is. Pride and arrogance will push us away from the Creator. We can combat that by just reminding ourselves of how big he is. Job lost focus of that, and God lovingly reminded him of who he is. My prayer is that God will lovingly remind me that he is awesome and that he is all-powerful when I get too puffed up for man's knowledge. Take some time today and just think about the vastness of creation. If you have ever gotten outside of the city and looked into the night sky, you can't help but be amazed and astonished at the Creator. The creation should worship and sing the praises of the Creator. Thanks for joining us today on the Daily Devo.